What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And since 2020, we've reached out directly, and indirectly to over 400,000, dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. As always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And Batman has showed up. I didn't know if he was going to be here. He's here in the last minute. Welcome, Ryan Knight.
Good to see you, brother. Dr. Vibe. Always a pleasure to be on when I can. And for those that have forgotten,
when he can, that's the operative term. When he can.
My name is Ryan Oneil Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro Caribbean Business Network. We work with entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage the business is in and help them create a strategy to grow their companies exponentially. And we do have an event coming up on March the 29th, which we're going to start to push heavy. Yeah. And tickets are limited. We actually have an interesting, what would you call it? An alignment with Sheridan College and students that we're going to share next week because we're still working out the details. So we can actually not have too many people because of what we're doing with Sheridan. So get your ticket. I'm telling you, you want to be at this symposium. I don't want to hype it up, but the way that we're doing this with the students, you're going to love it as a business owner. And I am a business owner as well. I run a company called Detailing Nights. So we do mobile waterless car cleaning. So we go to your house or to your office, clean your cars on the spot without using water, and our plant-based eco-friendly cleaning supplies. And as Dr. Vibe mentioned, I came back from a trip to Vancouver where
we got a lot of things to catch up on because
we might be expanding Detailing Nights to Vancouver. So
oh wow, congratulations.
Some interesting stuff happening. But yeah, so much to catch up on, man.
Yeah, and well, we do not have any friends on today. We were supposed to, but well, we can talk about this offline. I said no, I didn't want to rush it, so they'll be coming on a later date. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. You know what? I'm gonna do. Ryan. You know what I want to do today? I want to just give me a second. Good. All right. Good. What you want to do a poll today? What poll would you like to do today?
Ooh, what would be a good one? We should do a quick one. Have you ever been to the orchestra? Because we're going to talk about that.
That's a good question. Right? We can do a number of different polls.
Yes.
But what would be a good kickoff poll? Because I want to I use the poll function periodically on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. But since we have friends here, we can be a little more relaxed and not so formal.
Do you think a good one would be, do you still find Black History Month valuable?
Okay, good. You think
because so much activity, but is it moving the needle forward? Like, do we still feel it has relevance in this day and age? Because a lot of people, even at their own events, will be like, "Hey, Black History is every day." So, is the Black History Month
okay, this is relevant? Good. This is good. This is why Ryan Knight needs to be here when he can. All right, let me just get that poll ready and start a poll. All right, there, and add an option. Not sure. Okay. All right. So on the Dr. Vibe YouTube channel. Question for now. Looks like we run a few. Do you think that you find Black History Month still valuable? Yes, no, or not sure. So that's the poll going up on the Dr. Vibe YouTube show. So wow, a lot of things already. People already coming. Man, people already there. And shout out where you're from. Fitness IQ Cam, of course, says Monin. She also said, Ryan, I'm surprised you weren't at the event on Saturday.
Yes, I was actually supposed to be there. The kiddos did wake up a bit sick. Even my wife is a bit under the weather. The households had this lingering, so yeah, I wasn't able to get out on Saturday, but the Black Founders Network and BFN in partnership with UFT. No wait, yeah,
there were a lot of things going on Saturday. You know what?
yes,
Yeah. Should we take a break and to get into things? Maybe we should just take a break and we just start. And Fitness IQ says, "Oh dear, sorry to hear." Well, family and health.
yeah, because ACBN actually was supposed to have a booth there, so
yes,
that's where
yes.
I wasn't able to make it.
So Fitness IQ says, "Oh dear, sorry to hear." All right, no problem. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll go into a break and we'll just go into a whole cornucopia of things because it was one of those weekends where so many things are happening and you can't be City Pulse. You can't be everywhere in Toronto. What we're going to do then is, producer, we're going to go to a quick break and we'll come right back. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show.
My name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro Caribbean Business Network.
What's been going on?
What's not been going on?
And that isn't how politics work.
The bills you have are a direct reflection of what you value for yourself and your family.
Yes, he is. Here we go. Created in Canada, syndicated around the world. All right, and you can hear Ryan pounding away at the keyboards this morning. Where do you want to start, Ryan? Saturday, I just looked at Saturday. There was that BFN,
right?
The Black Physicians of Ontario had their 16th annual symposium, which was basically just down the street from where the BFN was happening. Plus, there was Black Diamond Ball on Saturday night.
Was that Saturday? I had not seen not one advertisement for the Black Diamond Ball. Where did I 100% missed that. Wow.
The only reason I knew it was on. Oh, okay. So Fitness IQ Camp says I was supposed to go to 2 events and only could attend the BFN events. Yeah. And then Wayne Harris, good morning, Mr. Harris. Actually, Mr. Harris, Paul Osborne asked me for your number. I gave it to him. Did he reach out to you? Just want to make sure that happened. Yeah, there was, plus PodCamp was happening this weekend too.
Gotcha. You know what was interesting? So my kiddos, they did have good report cards. So shout out to Jasmine and Christian. So we went to Red Lobster Saturday evening.
Oh, hold on. You went to where?
Red Lobster. Okay, which location? It was requested by the kids.
No, which location?
Scarborough.
Shepherd. Just see some. Yeah, you see all the condominiums around it,
right. Yes.
Okay, so this is good. Okay.
On the Breakfast Club, the new CEO of Red Lobster that took it over after the bankruptcy, a black gentleman.
Cool. Yes, and he's not that old. Is he in his
36?
Yes.
And so they had actually taken over PF Chang's and did the turnaround, and then now took over Red Lobster. Man, just the brilliance of our community. It's amazing to watch in action. So
we're given the opportunity.
But that's the thing. But so he worked with a hedge fund that he actually pitched the idea to take over PF Chang's and then to take over Red Lobster. And then when he pitched it, it became his deal. So he had to step in when they needed to see. It's just an amazing interview. Definitely go check that out. Okay. Again, as we were talking before, we didn't know these black men are in.
I knew about that. I knew. Yes. It's been out for a while. But let's get to some things here. Please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification bell. We have passed 1,690 subscribers clean. So next up is 1,700. So we have to have a 1,700 celebration. All right. Like the Dr. Vibe show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe@thedrbeshow.com to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms I'm a part of. Email me dr.vibe@thedrbeshow.com. And can't forget Indie Soup Media. Indie Soup Media, which is Dr. Taji's home, which is starting another season this week. Independent content creators, about 30 of them. And our producer, is working with Dr. Tachi. Gives me also. So there's the address on YouTube, and there is their website address. All right. So yeah, that Red Lobster has been there forever. And it was funny because I live somewhat close to that area, and I saw all these condominiums being built. I'm going because of the Shepherd subway line in Toronto, going, is Red Lobster going to survive? Is Red Lobster going to, because if it does, it's a gold mine for them, because people are just going to, they just need to just come down there and go right there. So talk to me.
Busy. So
it was up. I bet you it was busy.
That it was busy. So it looks like they're catching their momentum again.
I could imagine that. But I said, once those condos go up, they don't have to worry about people traveling. They've got a built-in market right there. Exactly. Right there. Also, too, for anyone that's watching live on the Dr. Vibe YouTube channel, we are running a poll. Questions: do you think that Black History Month is still valuable? So we have yes saying 75%, no 25%, not sure 0. So if you're watching on my YouTube channel, take part in the poll. What else you want to talk? Yeah, there was so much. So Saturday, I'm just going all these things packed into one weekend. Now, if you had now with you, I know you like to put millions of kilometers on your. Okay, you know what? Let me go comments first, because there've been a pile of comments. Don't want to miss out our comments. So. Destiny Savory says, good morning from Niagara Falls. Good morning, Destiny. Nice. You are fine. And Wayne Harris goes, Gala King doesn't know about galas. What's up?
I'm losing my touch.
Yes. Okay, he does say Paul did reach out. We are good to go. Excellent. Good to hear. I want to make sure, especially with our Black men, that we keep in touch with each other. Wayne Harris says, they still have Red Lobster. Yes.
Yes.
Fit and Anti-Q Cam goes, same. I was wondering if it was happening still. The Black Diamond Ball it is. You know, the only way I found out, because periodically there's a radio station, I'm not going to give them any props, that is owned by Rogers Communications, and Rogers is the media sponsor for the Black Diamond Ball. So I started hearing commercials. Other than that, I would have had no idea.
Gotcha. You see?
You know, and Fit and Anti-Q says, I hope that Red Lobster stays strong. It's the closest one to me. Yeah, they used to have another one in Scarborough at Markham Road, just south of Ellesmere. It got torn down, and there's a condo on that site now. But that Scarborough one is still going strong.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I pass by it a lot, and I go, how long is it going to stay there? When are they going to tear it down for a condominium? But man, whoever owns that property, they're doing they're doing something okay, man. They're doing something okay. But now, if you had a chance, as you say, your kiddos weren't sick on Saturday, how many of those events would you have attended?
At least the one. So I had scheduled myself to be at the BFN one because ACBN had a booth there, and then it would have been just that one. Yeah. Well, wow. And then there was oh my goodness. So at the Pickering Town Center, Canada Black-owned Marketplace was doing a showcase kind of in the center of the mall. So I was able to pop by there to show my support and buy some stuff from the vendors. So that was on the radar. And then my daughter and I were supposed to do a book signing in Brampton, but because they weren't really feeling that great, we scheduled that. So yeah, it would have been the BFN events and then back to kind of family time. But to know that there was 3 happening, yeah, that's I won't say overkill because each of them have their own space, but that's a lot.
You know, it's interesting. Okay, I'm just going to put out here. Only one of those organizations reached out to me.
Okay.
But so here's interesting. The Black Physicians of Ontario, I got to shout out. I got to give them props. Now, obviously, I know Black Diamond Ball, they have Rogers as their corporate sponsor, so obviously they're not going to, well, who knows? But it's interesting how an event like that doesn't promote on Black-owned media.
You would think it's in their title and to have like that vendor list of, okay, if we're doing Black-focused thing, who are the Black vendors?
Am I wrong? Making that suggestion? Am I wrong? Black Diamond Ball doesn't do any marketing through Black owned media channels.
Yeah, I think they could do better.
I just
Even
putting
just
it
to
out there.
let the Black. I mean, I'd be very curious where they promoted this. If it was only
as
on
I
that
said,
radio station,
they did it on a radio station. That for
the
sure. I know
majority
that.
of Black people listen to that radio station.
Well, I'll put in the chat where they did their radio advertising.
And this is where people attended, so it's not like people did not know about it. So I'm just curious. Maybe it's, we're not in those clubs yet, Dr. Vibe. We gotta eggs up ourselves into the right rooms to get these invites.
This brings up even more interesting conversation. But getting back to that, I want to let me just Fitness IQ Cam says no, they switched to Rexall. So the Red Lobster is now a Rexall drug mart. But yes, condos are there all over the place. And she also says, geez, it's overwhelming when there's so many events. It is.
And because you want to support and be there to at least, give your support. And that's the other thing that I start to
question,
analyze where I can spend my time. So if two events are happening and one event asks me to actually speak and the other event is like, oh, just be there, I'm going to prioritize the one that actually wants to hear what I have to say. So
100%.
Those things are also happening as well. And I wanted to say thank you to Hope Church, who invited me to their Black History Month event last night, where I did get to see Pauline Christensen, who I hadn't seen in a while.
Christian.
Is it Christian? Okay.
Christian. Yeah.
Pauline Christian. And she actually wrote a book, Breaking Through Barriers, that I was able to buy. So if you haven't gotten that book, I would check it out. But I was the keynote speaker at their Black History Month event. And I got the family was with me, so we got to record it. So I'll definitely share that on my social media channels later.
Yeah, that was and again, I procrastinated here. Yes, Black Physicians Association of Ontario. Whenever they're having an event, they always approach me to do a conversation about it. So the last 2 years in a row, they've had come on the show. And here's the funny thing: brings up a lot of more interesting conversation. Their PR person is a Asian lady.
Gotcha.
And she represents them. Also last week had Greg and Colleen Burkett, great brother, sister teachers who have collaborated with Nelson Publishing to do a whole bunch of stuff on Nelson's website about Black history. Definitely check out the replay of that conversation. It was really, really good.
Nice.
But I guess as someone we would both know would say, we are not a priority with the Black Diamond Ball. We're not a Nobellum. I don't know what's going on with them. As I said, I had a conversation a while back. During the conversation, I had to leave. I reached out to them. I've never heard back from them. So that's okay.
Gotcha.
I just hope everything's okay with them. There was just so much stuff going on.
Yes. Oh, and so I did want to share with the audience and yourself. So we got to see each other at the Game Changers.
I talked a bit about it on Friday, but
there's
more to chat about. There's more, and we have to. There's at least one person we have to get in touch with.
Yes. So hold on, I'm gonna share my screen here.
All right. So what's going on? Other comment? Okay, just give a second here.
Okay, there's comment.
Yeah, okay, so Fitness IQ Cam says that's debatable. What's debatable? You make these comments 2 words. Remember, I have said Fitness IQ Cam and many of you, when you make a 2-word comment, you are assuming, which is challenging, that we're going to mention it in real time. If we're in the middle of something, I'm sorry, we're not going to mention it right then and there. I know you want to run the show, Fitness IQ Cam, but sometimes we have to. So give me a little more context. All right. So you want me to put this stuff up? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a whole pile of pictures here.
So.
Oh, okay. We
So after the event, a box of oxtail pizza.
Hold on. you may make me leave a show for the first time. Did you eat the whole thing?
I did the picture stuff, but we're halfway.
You're not
through.
answering the question. It's a yes or no question.
No, we're halfway through it.
You did yes or no. Did you eat the whole thing?
No, I said we're halfway through.
Okay, all right. Okay, good.
So
All
I
right.
wanted to say shout out to station.
Yes.
But then, and it was at the Snapchat office, which I didn't even realize.
You know, and thank you, because I kept on seeing these Snapchat loads and going, and I go, oh, that's yes. So,
yeah.
So, and I mentioned this on Friday, on last Thursday night, there was a Ryan and Dr. Vibe sighting. We were part of
because we got our picture.
We have a Game Changers. We are a part of the Game Changers event being held by Big Brother, Big Sisters of Toronto. They are in desperate need of, especially Black male Big Brothers, because they have a waiting list of over 100 people there. All right, Brian's gonna share some. So there's some pictures of theirs. Mark, I think was his name Williamson. His last name, who was No, this gentleman. I mentioned him on Saturday. This is a dangerous Black man family, and we mentioned him on Saturday. This gentleman, I think it's Mark Williams. This gentleman here is the CEO of the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. I mentioned this a bit on Friday, but there he is in living black. I don't say living color, though the Wayans family received a big award at the NAACP Awards last Saturday night. That was the unicorn moment of going, what? And he's born in Ohio.
Right.
But the thing is, he has been in that position for at least almost 3 years.
Gotcha. And this is something I didn't even know. And we were joking before the show, we should do an outing for the Morning Vibe family to go to the orchestra. That way, because he was saying if we can put together groups to come through, he'd be open to speaking.
I think that. Cool. Now the thing is, do you have his contact information?
Yes, we were able to connect on LinkedIn. So
all right, because I gave him we had about a 11-minute conversation. Didn't want to take up his time, and he goes, and we tried. Goes, yeah. And this goes against what I usually do, because usually I don't get someone's business card unless they give me their contact information. But I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it with him and see what he does with it.
All right. Yes.
He great guy. Really good, had a really good conversation with him. He was, you would think someone's CEO. No, he really down-to-earth guy, really good to talk to. Okay, let's see. Fitness IQ says, I really went out because I hadn't gone out personally since January 5th, and I'm glad I went. It was amazing. Okay, what was amazing with the event? Because was it a symbolism event or was it a substance event?
Right.
Okay, she goes, Snapchat office, watch ya. Well, hey, we just showed up, and then Fitness IQ says, I'm saying it's debatable because where it's held, University of Toronto, and who's sponsoring it. I'm not clear about that.
Oh, that's sponsoring.
Well, you mean the Black Vision of Ontario event? That was held at the University of Toronto.
Oh, was both of them at the University of Toronto? Because the BFN one was on 101 College Street?
That's not. I don't think that was a U of T. I think that was a hospital. I'm not even sure, but they were like around the corner. So could you imagine parking that day?
Right. Yes. And just so downtown, if you have the joy of them trying to get rid of all this snow and getting caught behind these trucks so I was at Yonge and Dundas, and they decided it was time to clear the sidewalks. Oh, it was just a train wreck. It was so bad. Oh, man. It's like you just have to shut down your plans for the night, because luckily I was just going home, and it was actually after the Game Changers event. I was just like, yep, just Zen moment, relax. It's going to take an extra half hour to get home. Just don't even stress.
Actually, I didn't even go along Dundas. I went up and went across. I ended up going across St. Joe University, then across on Wellesley, and then up Yonge Street to
way smarter. Because I was meant to go down to Adelaide and go across, but I'm like, let me just go a bit across Dundas and then go down. Big mistake.
Oh my God! Look at this. Okay, so Fitness IQ wants it. Me was there. How are you asking if it was a university? I'm confused. I'm confused. It was at the okay. All right, Wayne Harris. Okay, Wayne Harris says there were commercials on CTV about the Black Diamond Vault. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, because Rogers owns the local CTV affiliate, so of course. But again, how many people like us watch? Well, who knows? And she goes, "Yes, Fitness." I go, "Yes, I nearly slipped before the event." Oh, ouch!
Oh no!
Yeah, the sidewalks.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Well, they're saying it's going to take 3 weeks to get rid of all this snow.
Well,
because GTA area
so much, and then now it just turns to ice. So,
well, here's the fun part: the temperatures are warming up this week, but it's supposed to get colder by the end of the week. They've got a small window. Again, you've got water, ponding. Oh boy, all that stuff. I didn't make it out to any of those events because I said, you know what? And actually, I was invited to go to the Blackfish on Thursday. I said, no, I got to go all the way downtown, and it's unfortunate because up until last year they actually had it at it no longer exists.
No longer exists.
They sold it.
Wow.
Okay. What happened?
Quite a impressive facility.
Well, that is it. It's also an hotel there too.
Right, like connected to it. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they during the pandemic, there was no use for it, and they said, you know what? We just got this huge piece of land.
Yeah,
right there. Great. It's a great place. If now this would have been a steal if a bunch of people who look like us could have got together and bought that.
Gotcha.
That would have been a great
historic
African Canadian cultural center.
And it would have been interesting because the funding that got released for the Canadian, oh my gosh, NEPAD, the National Institute for People. Oh yeah, Canadian Institute for People of African Descent.
Yep,
they're building like a Black headquarters. That could have been an interesting.
That at the bank, and the funny thing is, some of the people who are involved actually held event at that Institute for Learning. That's a huge place.
Right? Yeah.
Like and even if you're in the General Toronto area and you drive by Pharmacy and Steeles on the southwest corner, there's a huge parking lot, huge building. I know who had something there. A number of Black Canadian organizations had some stuff over the last few years there. And actually, they had their own catering place in-house. The gentleman who ran it, Black gentleman who ran it for at least 15, 20 years.
Nice. Oh, man, that's awesome.
So look at this. Wayne Harris says, Doctor, I met Minnie and Cam in person. We're both taller in person.
Oh,
okay. Nice. Where did that happen?
Would it have been at the BFN event? Because wasn't she there with Camille?
Yeah, I think so. Event? I think so. I don't know. Fitness IQ Camp says Schwartz Reisman Innovation Conference Campus is where BFN event was. Okay, but I'm curious. Where's the picture of Mignon Cam and Harris? Where did that happen, Wayne? I knew nothing about that. That's a beautiful thing. Yes, Mignon Cam is taller. Yes, she's a tall lady. Nice. All right, so just updating on our poll. Do you think that Black History Month is still valuable on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel? 71% say yes, 29% say no.
That should be an end of, I don't know, Friday is the end of Black History Month. If we have a guest or not, we should bring on somebody to talk about.
What? Look at this. What? Hold on a second. Fitness Kid says she told you the other Saturday. Did she? I don't remember. But look at this. Oh, yes, I do remember. And she says, Wayne Harris says, Manny on Cam came to my office. Excuse me.
Oh, nice.
And Fitness like a LOL. Gosh, she said it on Friday. I don't remember that she said it on Friday. Well, you know what? Lots of people are taking part in this vote. It's now 75-25 for yes, 25% say no. Good morning, Dr. Tachi. What is going on? Hope all is well with Dr. Tachi, the lead. And I believe, as I said earlier on, Dr. Tachi, does Indie Soup Media start its new season this week? Just want to know. So that's what I said earlier on. Okay. But see, that's the Walla Mala. Wayne. Okay, look, it's the Walla Mala said, okay, hold on. So a few things. Good again, the Walla Mala. Thank you for coming back. And I know you said you subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube. Thank you. Wayne Harris is close to 6 feet. He is taller than 6 feet. Wayne is about 6'3". So he's taller than he's 6 feet. He's 6'3". Bald, black, Bayesian. Is he called 3 Bs? And Dr. Tachi says yes. So all those people, Indie Soup Media starts its new season. She says yes, it starts today. No, this week. Sorry, this week. Man, the votes are coming in 78%. All right, people are. That's all right. Ask us anything, hey family. We're just hanging out because we got a rare moment from Ryan. Oh, how was Vancouver?
Vancouver was exciting. I would say I got to check 3 boxes. So when I first got there, the day it was actually Family Day, so that Monday was able to visit Granville Island because the Black Business Association of BC, they have what you call it? Like it's a store that has the vendors similar to the Canada Black-owned Marketplace.
Right.
So was able to visit there. Unity, Excellence, and Legacy is what it's called. So got to check out a lot of the interesting vendors and products. And then the Tuesday was actually my meeting with Brian Scudamore from 1-800-GOT-JUNK, who's the one that I did the deal with on the show. So it was an interesting time. Like, we've done due diligence for a while and working with their team. It is a bit early for Detailing Nights to get the full investment from them. So we had to kind of map out what they want to see us hit in order to, I would say, get an investment from Brian Scudamore and the OTE brands. So that was a great experience, and seeing, because they do something called a huddle, where they bring everybody in the office into one room to do like a 7-minute check-in. And the feeling of 100 people in a room that all have the mission to build your vision was really, like, I was just getting emotional being in the room. And it's like, this should be the target for all of us entrepreneurs, to have this type of culture and build a business that people want to work with you and build up. So that was really inspirational. And then, working on different ways that we can align with, because we're all in the home services industry, how we can kind of cross promote. We're brainstorming with their marketing. Shout out to Sasha from their client acquisition team. And also I got to meet with a gentleman named Adam, who's their franchise development lead. So learning how to structure the process to onboard franchisees and how to vet them, and then how to onboard them after they've signed the agreement. It was in depth. It was a packed day, I would say.
I could imagine. But one of the underlying themes you have right there is collaboration.
There's no other way. I'm telling you.
Right?
There's no other way.
Right. So here's someone at the level of Brian Scudamore pushing collaboration. Why aren't we doing it?
Absolutely.
Or what's preventing us from us doing it?
Yeah. And the third thing that I got to do, which was way overdue. So a friend of mine, Darren Francis, we grew up together. I believe we've been best friends since we were 2 years old. And he moved to Vancouver about 9-10 years ago, and I hadn't seen him since. So being out in Vancouver, and it was wild because just before I left the airport, I was like, I'm heading to Vancouver. Let me check if Darren be available. So I sent him a note. He's like, just let me know when you touch down. So I said, sure thing. As soon as I touch down, I'll message you. And then I go into airplane mode and we take off. He says, as I sent that message, he turns around to look at the TV and sees that there's a plane crash at Pearson Airport.
And he thinks it's you.
It was so, and then he messages me and I'm not responding. So it's
He's
like
freaking out.
madness. So
Freaking out. I got you.
Prayers and blessings to the families that were involved in that. Because luckily nobody passed away, which is very unusual. Because when you watch that video of that, you're like, yo, this
I watched it once. That was enough.
Oh my goodness.
That's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, we got to go for dinner and just catch up. His son is big into soccer. My son's big into basketball. And it was just great getting to, it was like, it's wild how your brain can just take you back in time. It was like 10 years hadn't passed, you know, when you just meet up with friends and it's just back to normal. So that was really heartwarming.
All right, let's catch up on comments. Frequency Event Promotion says, good day, Dr. Vibe and Ryan Knight. And he also says, good day, everyone. And all. The Wamalala says, I mean Minnie. Yeah, Minnie is tall. If you have not met her before, she is almost 6 feet tall.
She's around 6 feet. Wow.
Yep. Awesome. Yep. Wayne Harris is 6'3". Like, I know that one. Dr. Taji says, this is great to hear Ryan sharing his story. He goes, I love that for you, Ryan. Leslie McEwen. I love this tagline. Leslie McEwen, Mental Health Simplified.
McEwen, you're overdue for
yes,
on the morning vibe.
Mental Health Simplified. I love that. Leslie, how did you come up with that tagline?
I like that a lot. Yeah.
I think that is fantastic. So Frequency Event Promotion says cross promotions. Dr. Taji says the mentorship and possibility for collaboration is worth its weight in gold. Absolutely.
100%.
Okay, Fitness so Cam goes, oh shucks, I don't know what that means. Fitness IQ says yes, Dr. Taji. I don't know what that means. Frequency Event Pro says we are doing collaborations, but we need to do more of it. It can help business go from 10 to 1,000 exactly. And then Frequency and Count says, tell him again, Frequency. I don't know what you're talking about. Really? Do you know what she's talking about?
We're gonna do a morning vibe dictionary.
Yeah.
Camille isms, fitness IQ isms.
I don't know what she means.
Yes.
I mean, I don't treat her like this on her show. When I come in,
remember the conversations in the comments, people are talking to each other, and then there's conversations on the show. We're talking back and forth. So if they're having their conversation, you have to allow them.
All right. Yeah. Hey, no problem. Yeah. So a little update on the YouTube channel. Poll on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. Do you think that Black History Month is still valuable? 73% yes. 18% no. 9% not sure.
How many not sure?
9%.
9% not sure. I was saying on Friday we should do a recap of Black History Month. Do we have a guest? I wasn't sure if we have a guest.
This Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so
who can talk about
hold on. Okay, I was gonna wait till the end of the show, but I guess we'll do it now. So programming alert. I am traveling from Wednesday to next Tuesday. Now I will know by this Thursday if I can broadcast from a remote location.
Gotcha.
I've been told I should be able. So I have not booked, or we have not booked any guests or friends this Friday or this Monday. I'm speaking that we're able to do it. We can. So for the next few conversations, well, I don't know if Ryan's going to be here on Friday, but if we can broadcast, I'll be broadcasting from a remote location. We will continue. So just enjoy the ride. But I'll know by Thursday if I'm able to broadcast. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. We'll be able to do that. So Fitness IQ Cam says KMT. Again, I know what that means. I don't know what you're referring to. Frequency Events Promotion says it's her strategy to brand her company. Ha ha ha. Go for it, Fitness IQ Cam. They're having their own conversation, like you said. She goes, I'm literally responding to what Dr. Tachi and Frequency Event Promotions. Okay.
Yes.
The Wamalala says safe travels. Thank you, because after that crash, and here's the thing, Delta's offered them each passenger $31,000 with no strings attached. I know that many of them already launched lawsuits.
Well, those that got injured probably will get more. But for those that aren't injured, I do feel that is a good gesture, to put it simply. Because if you're not out anything and you're not going to miss work, but the trauma of just a plane flipping is warrant of compensation and not just a travel voucher.
All right. Ryan is here. He was a former video editor and audio editor. Says it's always useful. There are always people out there who should be more knowledgeable. Good stuff. And Finenzo comes up with her reasoning. No, I'm on my phone and it won't tag properly. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah. So
I wanted to give a shout out to my nephew Noah, who was on the Raptors floor for their opening anthem, the Canadian anthem. So his basketball team got to go down and be on the floor with the players. So I was really proud of him. And it was the first time my kids got to attend an NBA basketball game. So they were super excited, very excited.
So how many games have you attended?
This year, that was the one.
No, well, just in history-wise.
I used to have seasons tickets to.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would have been, like 10 years ago. What? So Chris Bosh days, yes.
What? You had seasons tickets?
Yeah, and I remember when they made the playoffs and they faced Vince Carter when he was on New Jersey.
Yeah,
I got to go with my dad. We still talk about that game to this day. And so when we used to boo Vince Carter, and now how many years later, Vince Carter is down on the court commentating. He's commentating for TSN now
for himself. I think he's on Amazon. I think he's on. Is it on Amazon's NBA question or something like that? But Vince, and I think he's also. I think he's also in the Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I know they retired his number. They did the jersey rising.
Yes, I think that Vince Carter is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm just checking here.
You're right, because Alvin Williams, who he commentates with, keeps ribbiting him about that, like Hall of Famer. So I think, you might be right.
yeah, he is. Yep.
Nice. Hey, the guy
it was last year. He headlines a 13th class member of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Reaches he reached it in October. Hall of Fame. There's a guy, Vinsanity.
Yo, Aircat. And again, loved all that he did for Toronto, but the way he exited, I still just, there's a section of my heart that is still just darkened because I can't. But yeah, and it was funny because my son, who is now getting into basketball, didn't know who Vince Carter was. So I had to show him some highlights before the game and say like, hey, so it was cool giving him a crash course on Vinsanity, like you said.
So Dr. Chachi says, Fitness IQ Cam, yes. I don't know why the YouTube app will not allow proper tagging. It is annoying. The Wamalala says New Jersey Nets for Vince Carter.
Yes.
Of course, I got it right. Wayne Harris, he said 6'3" in heels. Bold. He's bold.
Right.
Bald, black, and Bayesian. The 4 Bs. Fitness IQ Cam goes a week before the Toronto accident. I told my grandma to stop worrying about these crashes. Didn't happen here. Oh boy, me got real quiet. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Real quiet.
And then was it last week another one happened in the US?
Yes, but let's be honest though. For the amount of planes that fly, the accidents are pretty low.
They say it's safer than driving.
Yes, that's what I've heard. That's
amazing how they've gotten that down to us. That's why it's so surreal to see like the helicopter one, the plane flip, the door flying open, this past crash, like all of it happening within a span of 2 months, like this year, is so unusual. So that's where, they got to get that back on track because you can't be playing with planes. Like it's like that stuff is one and done. Like if you don't get it right.
Are you nervous when it comes to flying?
Yes, sir, I am. So I am not.
Okay.
I am a very, I guess nervous is the right word. Uneasy flyer. I'm the one that cheers when the plane lands and does the claps. So now it used to be we would all cheer. I know when we were flying to Jamaica, the entire plane would cheer. Now I'm like the only one just like yes, yes. But yeah,
Okay.
man, I respect a good landing.
Yes. For me, well,
Mm.
I don't know if I've shared this story a few times on different platforms. The most challenge I had was for flying was about a month or month and a half before the shutdown of COVID. I had to travel to Yellowknife
Okay.
for a conference,
Wow. What
right?
was that like?
Okay, the flight from Toronto to Vancouver, that was no problem. The flight from Vancouver to Yellowknife in one of those
Okay.
small propeller planes in the dark of night,
Yes.
I'm saying, Lord, don't let this thing drop.
Oh my
Because if
goodness.
it drops, first of all, it's dark.
There's nothing to catch you.
Second of all, it's minus 40 degrees outside.
Right. Oh my goodness.
And there weren't more than 10 people on the plane. It was that
Oh
like
wow.
small.
That's
Yeah,
like a
small,
real propeller plane.
right? Right. Like when we used to watch those old cartoons and you see like the black and white, you see the propeller planes. That's that
Yes,
sort of
yes.
thing. I'm going,
But then is it like you can feel like you're feeling the wind kind of thing? Oh wow.
at times,
That's so intense.
and I just said, don't let this thing drop.
Yes.
Because if it drops,
I'm telling you, if the
let
ground don't get you, the cold is next.
exactly, right? Exactly. And
Yes.
the thing is, though, landed at Yellowknife Airport, small little thing. You walk outside, go, whoa. It's like I'm going, what if, and I had to share at a conference. That's why I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Get to my hotel, wake up in the morning, turn on the weather network. It's minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So for people who don't know, we do the Celsius thing here. That meant it was also minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
The air coming back, I took a flight from Yellowknife to Calgary. No, we ain't going that like no, we're not doing that.
And then that one it was like a bigger plane
I think
or same plane, same
that's a
type.
darn good. Yeah, no, that's interesting because I don't think we went to Calgary. That's a good question. I can't remember, but it's so see, my mind is so fixated on that plane flight getting there from Vancouver. I can't
That would
remember
be
how we
sticky.
traveled back. But the nice thing that was there was someone from the Indigenous community who I became good friends with during my stay there. We traveled back together. I just felt a little bit better. So
I thought you were gonna say you're holding hands on the flight and you became good friends. That was my prayer buddy.
yes. All right. So I love it, family. You can just jump in when we have these great conversations. So many of you are here, so keep it up. I'm trying to respond to you, which is interesting. So multi-purposing here. Walamala says my family was coming back to Pearson when the crash happened. Oh my goodness!
Holy moly!
And the funny thing is, Pearson Airport, which is the main Toronto airport, just now went back to full operations over the weekend.
Right, yes.
So it caused a lot of confusion and congestion for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because the
people
two
come in.
runways were shut down.
Yeah,
like they're doing investigations and such.
Yeah, the Fitness IQ camp says, but the fact they said the Toronto accent was the worst is so annoying. Who said that?
Yeah, they weren't. Nah, that it definitely looked bad, but I wouldn't say it was the worst because that helicopter one takes the cake.
Okay, Dr. Chachi says yes. Air travel is relatively safe. It's just the number of incidents happening back to back in the U.S. that's problematic. Exactly. Even the Toronto flip came from the U.S. That's another conversation with Canada and the U.S.
Rough. Oh my gosh.
The Wamalala Fitness IQ camp says the Walamala Jism. Yeah, wow, you must have been very tense that day. Dr. Tachi, cheering when the plane land is also a cultural thing. I noticed that when I taught in Jamaica, but we do that in Africa as well. When it lands.
Yeah, you got to respect the pilot, man.
Yes.
Respect that landing.
You know, Fitness IQ Camp says, I pray every time we go on a plane still. I think a lot of people do. Look at this. The Macmillan group goes, cheer and clap? Unreal. LOL. Good morning, gentlemen. Fitness IQ goes, backside, yellow knife. Yeah, man. And Dr. Tachi goes, where is yellow knife? It is close to the Arctic Circle.
It's close to Alaska, if you want reference. That's on the way to Alaska.
Yeah, but I would like to go back. We're going, why do you want to go back there? In the summertime, they have about 4 or 5 months of straight sunshine.
Wow, that would be
4 or 5 months of straight sunshine. Okay, frequency of air promotions goes, that's pretty warm. Yeah, minus 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's pretty warm. Dr. Tachi says, minus 40 degrees is not for people from the sun. It is not, but the payment was good.
Valid.
And Fitness IQ Canada, yes, Yellowknife, the Northwest Territories. Yeah, for people, just take a look on a map online and see where that is. You're gonna go, Dr. Vibe was there. Now, ironically, about when I came back 2 weeks after that, I was in Montego Bay. Talk about extreme.
That's the spectrum, right? The mega extreme.
You know, the Walamala says, Dr. Tachi, I was reading an article and it said you're safer on a plane than you are in your own room. I don't know about that.
Wow. I guess carbon monoxide is getting people more than plane crashes.
I have no idea, sir. None. But yeah, plane travel.
I'll take the chances in my room. Thank you very much.
Yes. very
people that fly like every day. They will do the trip to Ottawa and back and forth, and just it's like taking the bus for them.
I kudos to people who do a lot of plane travel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. It's tiring.
Yeah, especially when you're flipping time zones, the body needs to reboot to get back on track.
Now, speaking of which, you were just on the left coast, Vancouver. How long have you adjusted back to the Eastern time zone?
It took a couple days because I got back so I left Monday night and then got back Wednesday morning. So like 6 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Oh my God, 6 a.m.?
So that Wednesday was
overnight? You came back?
Yeah.
A night flight?
So I left like 10 p.m. Pacific and arrived 6 a.m. Eastern.
Wow.
It was like, because you're traveling into the future, right? So it's your body now. Wednesday was a write-off. Thursday, touch and go. And then by Friday, Saturday, I feel like I was back to, what do they call it? Not the biological, nocturnal clock.
Nocturnal clock? Okay.
Whatever that sleeping rhythm is, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. The body clock.
Yes.
Wow, let's see. What else do we have going on here? We have Frequency Red Point says, there was a tech event over the weekend. Thought I would have bumped into you, seen Fitness IQ. It was we're talking about the BFN, right?
Yes.
How was that? Though this is the thing, and I was listening to a commentator over the weekend, and it's one of my things. I'm tired of the symbolism. I want substance. So I'd love to know if anyone who went to this BFN event over the weekend, I'd like to know about it. You know. Also, Dr. Tachi says, also the preparation needed to fly commercial daily is taxing. Going through TSA, yeah. That's a lot. And
they say the Nexus Pass is really good to get if you're going cross border a lot.
Yes,
it's supposed to expedite a lot of the traveling time.
But here's the thing: are you wanting to do any traveling in the U.S. over the next few months?
There's only one city that I did want to travel to. So Chicago, there's a gentleman, Brian Jenkins, that runs Entrepreneur.
Yes.
I've been meaning to get down there for one of their social enterprise trainings for the last couple of years. And also we were planning on going to the Power Networking Conference last year.
That's
I don't know if they announced where it's going to be. You think is it Dallas?
The one we were thinking about going to was, I think, in Dallas. Well,
Yeah,
again, we're gonna have to
definitely
talk to
Texas
Dr.
somewhere.
Fraser when he comes up.
Yeah,
I don't know where they're having it this year. The Boyce Watkins event is in Atlanta, but that would be actually something to go to because
right.
in the same weekend, the All Black National Convention is happening. What's the thing? Fitness IQ Cam, Earn Your Leisure. What's their big event?
The world tour thing they
No,
do.
no. They have a big event that happens.
Like all the vendors and stuff.
Oh, what's the name of the event?
I don't remember.
Dr. Tachi or Fitness. There's an event that Earn Your Leisure has. Invest Fest.
Gotcha.
So Invest Fest, Invest Fest, and the All Black National Convention is happening same weekend, basically in the same place in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
And
That would be pretty heavy.
And All Black National Convention is collaborating with a big Black organization. Like Atlanta's going to be nuts that weekend. If you want to do business, it's a place to be because the All Black National Convention is collaborating with an organization, and they actually have 6 or 7 presidents from African nations coming over to do business.
Gotcha. That's amazing.
I can't remember what the name of the org. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, let's see. Let's get
the African Union.
Okay, well, the Wallamala says circadian rhythm. Is that what you were talking about?
Yes, right. Getting that back on track.
Thank you for that. Also, okay, now comments. Frequency of Emperor says yes, BFN conference. How was it? Leslie McEwen, mental health simplified. I love that tagline, Leslie. I love that. She goes circadian rhythm. So she comes in to help with it too. All right. Frequency of Air Promotion says Invest Fest. Yes. It says Wallamala, it's going to be hectic. Yes, it's going to be really hectic. Jen, Dr. Tide says, I did investment virtually last year. How was it virtually?
Oh, okay.
Fitness IQ says, I did connect with many and have to follow up, of course, but had a headache afterwards and was resting. So it sounds like it was a good event. Okay. Frequency of Event Promotion says, TBH. What's TBH? I arrived at the BFN, to be honest. Okay, to be honest. All right. Yeah. I arrived at the BFN conference a bit towards
probably the end.
Did immense block of networking. Did not catch any presentations. Okay.
Gotcha.
This word networking. Oh boy.
Oh, is that the next word that's getting the community treatment?
Well, I have to keep it in because in honor of Dr. Fraser.
That's right.
All I say
what has replaced it? What do you feel is a better word to add to a person's connections?
I would say this is just me. I think it's one thing to do networking, but I always say, is your networking?
Okay. Yes.
I would rather develop relationships than networking.
Gotcha.
To me, networking should build into relationships. Whereas networking is a big, wide thing, relationships should be a light, small, and tight.
So isn't that just kind of steps towards it? Because the networking is
I don't mind. I don't mind. Because you got to be networking. I hear the word. I'd rather have. You know what impressed me? Say, I'm going out to build relationships.
Right. But by networking, so. If you are using networking to build relationships, then I feel you're doing it right. If you're just networking to throw your business card around, then that's a waste of time.
Well, I still cannot forget 2 years ago, the virtual presentation that Dr. Joyce Fraser talked about the 7 biggest mistakes we make when networking. I still have that. I watch that periodically.
For those that missed it, it's still pinned on ACBN Canada's Facebook page because that message is so powerful. Go and check that out because that resonated a lot.
Okay, the Wallamala says Fitness IQ Cam networking can be hectic and overwhelming at times. What I would say, watch that presentation that Dr. George Fraser did. That it's at about 30 minutes.
He even breaks down how to pitch yourself. like the way to
30
put
seconds.
it together.
Yes.
That man, yes.
Yes, your elevator speech in 15 seconds, bang. And I use that to this day.
Yes, yes.
Fitness IQ Camp says the panels were about finding the right funding for your business, scaling your business, and finding strategic partnership. Oh, they should have invited. They should have invited Ryan and myself. Ryan has a partnership with Brian Scudamore. Hello, and then I'm just a little guy. I will put it out here. We are the team I'm part of. We now are going to our 5th year with Dove Men Plus Care.
Right. Yes.
And Frequency of Emperor says, Dr. Vibe, you puzzling. I'm glad you found me puzzling. I'm making you think.
But Fitness, Camille, I was curious, the funding for your business, was there any specific one that they focused on? Like where entrepreneurs should go?
Yeah, are they talking about grants? Are they talking about sponsorship? Like
they usually focus on tech companies. So it's probably venture capital type funding, I would think, but I'm not sure if they broadened it.
All right. And then Fitness IQ Camp says, I was with my female mentor, and the way she praised me and the conversations I heard were amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Good to hear.
And that's a good thing to do also when you go to events. If you go with somebody that can actually introduce you to people.
There you go.
That's
100%.
A big piece.
Well, the thing is also, if you go with somebody, you got to be ready to present yourself.
Yes.
If I introduce you to someone, you're going, I'm going, it makes me look bad. It also makes you look bad. Right. And okay, she goes, I even had someone stop a conversation, say they fangirl my podcast. Well, that's not a surprise. You're a big shot.
Exactly.
This is how you're a big shot.
That is expected.
That's to be expected. It's par for the course. Give us something more interesting. We know that big time. Yeah, but I just want to stop the symbolism and let's get down to substance. I want us to stop surviving and I want us to start thriving. I just find I'm glad really that Ryan's being asked to share his journey because he's been successful.
Yeah. And a lot more to grow. So like this whole journey,
Ryan, but let's be honest here. I think both of us are a real minority.
Valid, yes.
Because you have got funding from a major entity, Brian, and myself, it's now going 5 years with this collaboration with this global brand.
Yeah. And even like somewhat with the nonprofit, we've been able to get good amount of funding from multiple sources. So there's so many avenues.
This is why I okay, hold on a second. I just hold on. Okay, let me the comment just flew up all of a sudden. Fitness IQ Cam and Fitness IQ says they mentioned different ways to get funding, angel investor, VC. Okay. Ryan was invited there though. LOL. Were you invited to speak or you were just attending or you were just doing a booth?
We were doing our booth, yes.
I would have you on stage. That's just me. But okay. She goes, there was substance trust. Okay. Dr. Vibe. Oh, Frequency of Report says, Dr. Vibe, I'm going to be booking a strategy call with you this week. Okay. Well, okay. Book it. I say we'll have the conversation in the next 2 weeks. The funding thing is just so interesting on what's going on in regards to the monies out there. Like the Dove Men Plus Care thing, and actually they came to us saying we're ready to do another year. We didn't approach them first. They said we're ready to do another year. Now, here's a suggestion. I was in a conversation with a gentleman. Actually, we did an interview with him. He has been involved in helping fathers for 35 years. He's based in Atlanta, and he's also the main representative for an organization called the National Father Coalition, which is receiving government funding from the U.S., which that's a whole conversation. Goes, we don't know where that's going right now. And I have this mindset, but he said, Dr. Vibe, you've had these many years with Dove Men Plus Care. get them to put a ring on it.
So did he explain what that would mean in a
Yes,
business sense?
he said that find out where they really stand. Are they just checking boxes or are they really invested? And I said, you and I think the same. So I'm pushing this year for them to up the game.
Okay. Would that look like a multi-year commitment? Just
Well,
more money?
See, Ryan is a smart people. Get him on your panels. Get him on your panels. Great question. Believe it or not, and I always forget the brand that owns Dove Men Plus Care. Just give me a question.
Unilever?
Yes, Unilever does not do multi-year deals.
Interesting. Okay. Gotcha.
They don't do, but they've approached us saying, we're ready to do another year with you.
Okay. Right.
And even better, we've been able to keep the relationship on our terms. What's the word I'm looking for? Numbers. What you would call it? We've been able to have things in our favor in regards to what we have to do to attain the funding every year.
Right.
And the nice thing is we don't have to sell one piece of product.
And that's good, being able to just focus on deliver. Is there more that you want to do with the actual show?
We want to do more, period, a number of different opportunities.
Okay.
More, there's definitely, I have a lot of proposals sitting in my right pocket right here that I'm going to pull out in the next meeting, because the only way you're going to find out is if you ask.
Absolutely. And even like, I think you had mentioned when we really early started this show about that kind of national Black men father conference.
That's
not really existing.
I think just of national. There was a national father conference. The last one in this country that was held was at least 2 years ago.
Gotcha.
And actually, you're reading my alleged mind. That's one of the things I'm going to be speaking with them about. Because about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, they actually had something in downtown Toronto at a theater in downtown Toronto talking about the impact of social media on young girls.
Okay. Right.
And I said to him, okay, well, what about young boys? You have Dove Men Plus Care. You invite us out to this thing. I'm going, okay, what about something for dads, fathers, and male caregivers? That is one of the things I'm going to put. We did a virtual conference last year. I'd like to do something in person.
Yeah, that'd be a good look. Yeah.
And if they did something for young girls, why can't we do something for young boys?
Absolutely. And it's right in their wheelhouse. Just like you said, they're already in the space. So that's good. That's nice.
What we're doing here, guys, is we're saying, when are you going to have Ryan and I on a panel together? That's what we're doing right now. We're creating content to have Ryan and I on a panel together. And by the way, I'm really excited if you allow me to meet Brian Scudamore. I am really wanting to meet him.
Yeah. Well, and I'll definitely ask him if he can come on the show before.
Yeah, but even if I tell Brian, all I want is 11 minutes of his time.
All right. Yes.
But even have him come on the show, because he actually him and his team did something recent. They slept outside overnight to see the state. I
think that was just this weekend, right?
Yes, I saw the post.
I
saw the post. I go, all right, this is I like when leaders do something like that, my level of respect for them increases.
Absolutely.
That
was one of my questions for him when I saw him, is what are the community things that you like to do best? And he mentioned that sleep, I think it's the coldest night that they see the sleep out.
Yes.
And he remembered the first time that he actually did it, and they wake you up like in the middle of the night, like 4:30, 4:40 a.m. And it's like, wherever you found to sleep, you got to just get up and get out of there. And then he's like, imagine living your life where every day you're not even getting proper sleep. And then people are always saying like, oh, go get a job. But even if you have a job, you can't really function. So it's interesting perspective. And the fact that he leans into this every year, I love that.
Yeah, I really like him about that. Frequency of Promotion says, gotta run. Thanks for another good show. Thank you. Fitness IQ Camp says, watch out. What do you mean watch out? But me asking him? Asking Brian.
Let me check the dictionary. Hold on. Watch out.
I am I am not afraid to ask people. I am
Exactly.
not afraid to ask people because, first of all, you don't know if you're going to see them again.
True. Right.
They be gone.
Hey, that's
Wayne
the
Harris says your network is your net worth. Yes, that is true. Get your net worth to increase your network to build relationships. I'll add on
Get
that.
your networking. Does your net have holes in it?
There you go. Here's a perfect example of asking. I don't know if people know the name. There's a gentleman named John Maxwell.
Right. Leadership author. Yeah.
Yes. One of the great leadership authors of all time. This happened a long time ago. It would probably not happen today. Many years ago, he was at a conference. It was in the West End. I went early, which I always like to do when I want to get there early. Now, for some reason, I go through a door and it's to the backstage.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this probably would not happen today.
Right.
There was a security guard there, and about 20 feet away was someone sitting at a circular table by themselves. Who was it?
Yeah, I'm guessing speaker John Maxwell sitting there.
John Maxwell was sitting there.
Uh,
Me, okay, so what do you think I said to the security guard?
I'm doing a sound check. I need to speak to Dr. Maxwell.
I just said, well, first I said, hey, is that John Maxwell? He goes, yeah. He says, can I go see him? He said, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Sat down with John Maxwell.
Yes.
We're talking, chatting away. And I asked John, because he said, right at the beginning, he says, call me John. Right at the start, call me John.
Yes.
Okay. John, you've written so many books about leadership. You're world renowned, etc. I've seen him speak many times. I said, how did you start? God. And I'm expecting some big, long, fluting answer. You know what he said? 3 words. What do you think he said?
Wow, I can't even guess.
Not again, I'm expecting this big answer.
Yeah.
He says,
just do it like Nike.
Well, close. He said, I just started.
Yes.
So humble. I just started. You're close. The Wallama said, just do it. That was close.
Yeah.
I just started.
I would recommend his book on the 5 levels of leadership. That one really resonated with me. Because there's so many books, it's hard to know which one to start with. I really like that one.
One of my all-time favorite books he wrote is called Everyone Communicates, Few Connect.
Ooh, I gotta check that. I got a credit ready on my Audible. Gotta go grab that one.
That was a game changer book for me.
Yes.
Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. I went, bam.
And that goes right to what you're saying about networking. It's like there's one thing to go to events and just play the part of networking, but actually being there to form a relationship. So it comes, and you talk about this a lot too. The follow-up is the key. The event is one thing, but if you get that connection now and don't follow up, the relationship's broken. So you're really not utilizing the networking you're doing.
And also too, again, this is just me. If you follow up at shows in a timely manner, this shows how serious you are. Again, you can't control the other person, but you've done what you're supposed to do. Perfect example. At that event we went to last Thursday, I'm sitting there and there were 2 people sitting behind me and they just nodded. Now, I get home, someone reaches out to me on LinkedIn. It was this guy that was sitting behind me. I'm going, why didn't you talk to me? I was right in front of you.
Right. Yes.
Here's the thing, though. Anyone who reached out to me during that event, by the next morning, I sent them video introductions.
Yes. Nice.
And that guy who sat behind me says he knows about you.
Okay. Sweet.
He knows. He does marketing. He says, yeah. He said, I've seen some of Ryan's talks before, etc. I reached out and said, hey, would you like to have an 11-minute conversation? He said, sure.
Excellent. Nah, man,
there's another thing too for people. Okay, let's see. Fitness IQ Cam says, can you put the book in the chats or on Discord? All right, I will put it.
I think
right now in the chat. So there's a question. So would you like on the Discord group to have recommended books? I could certainly
we should do
a book club or something like that. No, so let me put everyone communicates. That's a great book. You connect John Maxwell. I've put that on any of the platforms where you're watching this live on the replay. It's in the comment section, except on the LinkedIn. But you're watching. Okay, so just an update on our poll. Do you think that Black History Month is still valuable? 73% yes, 18% no, 9% not sure. Yeah, the 5-0. Yeah, everyone communicates. You connect. Great book. Great book.
The question after people answer the poll is now to say what would make Black History Month relevant. Like that.
We'll save that for the next one, because YouTube allows an option where you can have Q&A, so you can put a question out there, people can answer it. So we'll pull up some of the answers and talk about them live in real time. That's a very good follow-up. It just seems that it's just going by, and it's going by, and things.
One thing that a gentleman that came on our show before, Errol Gibbs, with the Black Empowerment Manifesto, he talks about the lack of a scorecard. It's like we go from Black History Month to Black History Month, but we don't know
nothing in between.
Exactly.
No measure, no KPI. No KPI.
Yeah.
So a few things, because they're going through my mind, escaping. So a few things. I would say, I'll tell you, because we're talking about funding and not-for-profits, and I mentioned this briefly to Ryan last Thursday. Coming up on March 24th, I have a gentleman who I met through an event, and again, we met at an event. It was actually I mentioned a little while back, I was invited to a invitation-only event with about 12 people. And I didn't know anyone there. Was served a 5-course meal. One of my clients paid for me to go, which was great. I think I mentioned this to Ryan and sat beside a gentleman, and the first course was a beet salad. It was out of bounds.
Nice.
I just said, this beet salad's out of bounds. And this gentleman said, yeah. He runs an organization, connections organization, that I went to one of the meetings. Amazing.
Okay, nice.
He does advising for not-for-profits on government, how to run a smooth ship if you're a nonprofit. He actually has put out a series of YouTube videos with not-for-profit sector leaders giving their best practices of a So he is coming on, on the 20 whatever. But he's introduced me to so many. We check in with each other once every month.
Solid.
This is another thing when you're networking, if you call it that. This is right from George Fraser. Tell people you're going to follow up with them in 48 hours. Make sure you do it in 24.
Yes.
Under promise and over deliver. When it comes to that, follow up with people. Really follow up and follow through is so important. You go, well, what do you mean? Well, what happens when someone doesn't follow up and follow through with you? How do you feel?
Right. And he said how he had given out 10,000,
and he realizes that most of the people ain't gonna follow.
And how many people? Because aren't you afraid that you're gonna get many calls?
I remember that exactly. He says, no, he knows.
But how sad is that, though? We should be better at this thing called business. It's such an important part of being in business and networking and having the business card of a man like Dr. George Fraser and not following up because you knew when you met him that you want to connect. The fact that you didn't, that's a broken man. Your process is broken.
That's bad seed.
Right? Yeah.
That's bad seed. Because and look at it the other way. You don't follow up, but few do follow up. So you put yourself in good light when you do follow
But
up.
that's the thing. It's like when you actually do, now you've put yourself an inch above, an edge above.
Rare air. No, I really okay. So the Walamala says, can you put the CBN networking tutorial link in Discord or chat if you get a chance? What's the ACBN, the networking tutorial? Okay, yes, I will.
Right.
I will do that with the George Fraser thing. Or see, I'd have to create. Did I put, you know, I'm sure it's somewhere on the YouTube channel. I can put that link up. If not, email me directly and I can send it to you. I still refer that. I actually show that teaching you did to many a entrepreneur.
Right. Yep, makes
Many
sense.
Fear Fitness IQ Camp says fear. Well, you know, no,
let me check. What? Do you already know?
I know what she's talking about.
I was gonna check
And I'm going to pull out a perfect example. When Dr. Fraser was here last year, I said to her, I said, come, let me introduce you to him. And she was afraid.
Oh, come on. Come on.
She was nervous. And I'm going, he's a human being. And let me put, and no fitness guys, why are you telling me my business? No, but did you not benefit? He spent at least 15 to 20 minutes with her.
Okay, you see it?
So the fear that acronyms face expectations and what is it? False expectations appear real. Right. I turn around and say face expectations and rise.
Yeah. I like that.
You don't have to be perfect all the time. You just have to be perfect the right time.
Absolutely.
And she had some good conversation. Okay, look at this. Ryan Singh.
Whoa.
We had 3 Ryans today. He's writing from New York City.
Hey, what's happening in New York City?
Right, he's on the go, man. Fitness IQ says I'm actually shy at first. Really? I don't know about that.
Hold on, aren't the Oscars happening sometime soon?
Oscars happen on the West Coast, man. They don't have to go on the East Coast, but they are happening soon.
I thought you said that the Ray of Hope was.
There's something, yeah. Ryan, tell us. There's some sort of category, or he got something in regards to the Oscars. She goes, so I can fitness IQ. So I imagine how others feel. I agree. But I used to be like in the past. But my mentor taught me, don't be nervous, be excited.
Yeah, it's your body getting you ready to perform. That's what the nerve feeling is. At least that's how Olympic athletes describe it.
You know, don't be nervous, be excited. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is good stuff. Ryan Singh just presented our film in Manhattan. Wow. That's brilliant.
Times Square.
That is brilliant. That is so good to hear. Man, what is next for that film? It's like doing everything.
Absolutely.
Man, and I remember when I went to one of the screenings they had at a cultural center. Man, that seems so long ago.
Yeah. Would that have been a year now? Or less?
I would think so. I would. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I know they've been on the circuit.
Yes. And also shout out to another content creator, Christian Barracks, who's done a film called Sugar Dumpling that features Oliver Samuels, comedian.
Okay.
And they did a premiere or something down in Jamaica this weekend. Okay. So Ryan Singh says they qualified, but we did not get shortlisted.
Gotcha.
154 films did not move in the Oscars race. Okay. So, well, you know what? That's a win. You qualified.
Yeah, man. That is your company.
I want to say thank you for liking the conversation on Facebook. Also, Kemba Frederick Williams, good to see you here also. You did like it a long while back, so my apologies. She was at I saw her doing some video broadcasting through IG at the Black. We're not even talking. We have an election coming up in Ontario on Wednesday.
Dang. It's go time again in Ontario.
And Ryan says, watch it on CBC Gem, free to watch.
Oh, nice.
Ray of Hope. There you go. And we have an election on Wednesday, and no one's talking about it.
I feel people are locked into. There's very much less sway. It's like you're either gonna take time to go and vote, and you know who you're voting for. Otherwise, it's not on your radar.
Hey, that's another possible poll question. Did the last time you had the opportunity to vote, did you vote?
Right. Yes.
Whether it's local, provincial / state, federal, national, on both sides of the border.
Because this provincial one is going to pass, and a federal one looks like it's going to be happening sometime late spring or summer.
So here's another thing. Two people in the last few weeks have told me, one, Perry Douglas, and who else? Perry Douglas feels that Mark Carney's going to win the Liberal nomination.
Okay.
And Mark Carney's going to win the federal election.
Wow. I noticed the Conservatives are getting very nervous because they're doing a lot of attack ads against this Carney guy. They're definitely saying it's his Liberal leadership race to lose. But yeah, they're focusing a lot of attention on him because polls are starting to balance out or shift back to, the Liberals creeping up. So,
okay, so the Walla Mala is right, saying it's the 27th. It's on Thursday. Yes.
Thursday, okay.
And right. Ryan gives the link of Ray of Hope on CBC. And Walla Mala says, and there's rumors that there will be election on the 10th of when? March? Because the leadership is actually... No. Yeah, because that's too close. But the leadership for the Liberal Party. So, Ryan, do you realize in less than 2 weeks' time, Justin Trudeau will no longer be PM of this country?
Yeah, we're still shocked. We played it live on the Morning Vibe, his resignation. And I'm still shocked that
he will not be the leader of this country.
It's been, when was it, 2016? Almost 10 years?
10 years.
That's wild.
Is that crazy or what?
Absolutely.
He will not be ruling this country. We'll have a different leader.
So curious to see what he's going to do next. Like, would he just still run and being MP and now?
No, I don't think he's even running again in the next.
Running? Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I couldn't see him running and sticking around.
That's gonna be really. It's got a different look. That's gonna be a different look. But that election, but one of the things, and I think also Wayne Harris said he didn't think Carney could win, but he thinks Carney could cause some damage because Carney has two big things going with him. First of all, he was the governor of Bank of Canada and was respected, and also he was a governor for the Bank of England.
Right. And the biggest attack that they used to have was the tax that the Conservatives
and he says he's going to do that.
He's already going to do that. So they take a lot of the wind out of their sails with how they're going to. They had a whole campaign ready for Justin Trudeau. I could imagine in their war room, they're like, "Yo, what? He resigned. He wasn't supposed to resign. Now we got to shift our whole cannons to something."
Well, I guess they're really going to try to stick him on. He worked with Justin Trudeau, but
he was an advisor, right? Yeah.
Well, he was the governor of Bank of Canada, so he wasn't overtly tied in with him. Ryan Singh says during Justin Trudeau, we as a BIPOC community benefited the most. True. Oh, here's another thing. Speaking about government, did you get an invitation to go to Ottawa for Black History Month celebrations?
I did, yes.
And when did you get that invitation?
I don't remember. Maybe the week before.
You got it the week before. I actually mentioned this last week. I got mine the day before.
That can't work to go to Ottawa. And only because the Black Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub was doing their conference. So I think they had sent out that the Black Liberal Caucus was doing something the day before. So that's probably why I got it the week prior. But even still, I was like, you know that you're doing this. Like, it should be a month ago.
It just blows my mind. I get this thing. I count on it. I say, okay, the day before I'm going to get it. I don't know when it is, but I'm going, Really?
Yes.
I'm going to drop everything to go to Ottawa on less than 24 hours notice.
It would have to be a real compelling incentive to make you do that. You know, it's like, what am I getting out of this trip? Am I just going there to say that I'm in the room? Or am I actually, do I get to sit down with the prime minister? Do I get to interview? You know, like it'd be interesting that they give no incentive for you to go. It's just like, hey, this thing is happening. Do you want to be, not even to say come and cover it and we're going to have you as media there. It's just show up.
Now, interesting enough, I didn't hear any events being held by the Conservative Party celebrating Black History Month.
Is that a shocker? Like they are not really about that. Like Warren Salmon at the event, the Game Changers said it. They do the Black candidates.
Yes, he did say that.
Conservatives have never shown
up.
The leader of the Conservatives never shown up. So.
And I think also, did he say no PC politicians have ever showed up? I think he said that too.
That's what he said. People running, not even that they're elected, people running for the Conservatives have never shown up.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, I don't
know. We got to just do it ourselves, really and truly. We just got to do it ourselves, Sam. Like a lot of Black Americans are finally realizing government ain't going to be helping us.
Exactly. And my apologies, brother. I do have to.
I gotta go too. So you gotta run. I'm gonna let you. Good to see you. If we're broadcasting live on Friday, you gonna be around?
Yeah, I'll be able to hop in just a bit late.
Yeah, I'll be. So look, we'll chat during the week. Good to see you. Good to see the fam. And let's work. Let's see who's gonna take us on a panel together. Who's brave enough?
It shall be done.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
All the best. Take care, man. All right. We had Ryan for a long time today. Usually he has to jump off at the end of the first hour. He had to jump off, but really, really good. So that's it for today. I've got to jump off too. As I mentioned during the conversation today, I'm going to be traveling from Wednesday. Okay, Dr. Tide says provide. We already know that it's not. Black Americans are finally realizing the point is heavy taxes are paid for them to do nothing. Facts. As I just mentioned a little few minutes ago, I'm going to be traveling between Wednesday of this week and next Tuesday. My goal is to be broadcasting on this Friday and this Monday. Right now on all the platforms, it's showing best of. If I'm able to broadcast during my travels, I'm going to be changing that. So that is why you need to subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show. So please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. We'd love you to do that. Plus, I'd love while I'm traveling to see the YouTube platform hit 1,700 subscribers. That would be so amazing. Like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Join the Morning Vibe group, Discord group. And I will make sure the Walamala to see what I can do in regards to getting the replay of George Fraser's presentation about networking. It's powerful, absolutely powerful. And the Discord group. Again, that's why you got to join Discord. I'm making a concerted effort, doing little by little to get more and more content to the Discord group to make it a valued platform for those who are part of there. And I appreciate the people who are there, myself and Ryan. Also, to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm on, email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Did I do this? I'm going to just do it again. I don't know if I did it. I'm going to check something really quick. Just give me a quick moment. Yes, I did do that. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Save myself having to do it. If you want to get a hold of Ryan, website, Ryan Oneil Knight, and that's with a KN. LinkedIn, Ryan Oneil Knight. Instagram, at ryan.knight99. Email address, workwithme@ryanoneilknight.com. Myself, the Dr. Vibe Show website, the drvibeshow.com. YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, the Dr. Vibe Show. Instagram, at the drvibeshow.com. X, at drvibeshow and email dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. Also on Blue Sky at drvibe.bsky.social. We have a few more comments here, so let's get them in. Okay, Fitness IQ Camp says, safe travel, sir. Thank you so much. I know you will take over Toronto, but I should be able to broadcast. I'm actually seeing while I'm traveling to do some solo shows, just jump on and just hang out with you all. Next up, Dr. Taji says, safe journey. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch with you, Dr. Tachi. Don't worry. The Walamala says, thanks for the show. Well, thank you for making the show fantastic. Economic blackout for February 28th. Yes, economic blackout coming up on the 28th. You know, let me see. Actually, thank you, Fitness CQ for my February. Then that means that this Friday is the 28th. Let us, if I'm able to broadcast live on the 28th, we can talk about the economic blackout that's happening on the 28th in the United States, where a number of Black organizations are challenging Black consumers that day not to spend any money with organizations that don't support them, meaning the ones that are against DEI. But remember, a lot of people think DEI stands for diversity, inclusion, and diversity, equity, inclusion. I call it development, entrepreneurship, and investment. That's just me. And then the Walamala says, Fitness IQ Cam, they did not back in 2018 with gas. They did that back in 2018 with gas prices. There you go. And Fitness IQ Cam says, I don't remember that one. All right. That's it for today. All things being right, we'll see you on Friday, myself and Ryan. Again, follow me on, especially the YouTube channel. You will get updates. As I said, right now, it's a best of that's up there. I'm speaking. Let's all speak that we can do live. I'll be from a remote location. Ryan will be in the Greater Toronto area. That's it. Live your life as a dream if you can dream it. Oh, actually, final results of the poll. Do you think that Black History Month is still valuable? 73% said yes. 18% said no. 9% said not sure. All right. Around 15 for a day. Okay. All right. All right. This is it. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. As always, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourself grace. And then finally, if you're not making money, make history. Try to make both. And then make it better. God bless. Peace be well. Keep the faith and walk good.
This whole thing of using your business with plant-based products, don't you think your life should reflect that too?
Juke him, Carolyn. Juke him. The family loves us here because they're saying Fitness IQ Can says put a wig on to get in.
Oh my God.
Like the ideas are just coming fast and furious here this morning. What? Okay, look at this. Global Women Ambassador. Good morning. Look forward. Okay.